Alright, I just got set up. I did a pile of walking today, and only found 2 trees showing enough sign to make me climb on. But they was pretty deep in the swamp, and I didn't have the legs left to go back in there to them today. I really like to go back when I find a good spot. I don't really like to hunt it that same day. I like to give it a day to die down in case I disturbed them too much. But I came in here today into a branch where I've had good luck before, and there's some acorns in here. There's a lot of disturbance. There's not any droppings, and I came in here looking at it yesterday afternoon and actually jumped a deer probably 50 yards from here. So I backed on out yesterday and decided to come back in here this afternoon and set up and see what happens. I really don't know what to expect. I don't like climbing over oak trees at all if they ain't no droppings. But I really ain't got anything else any hotter than this to sit on. And there's a lot of movement going on up and down this branch. So maybe we'll get lucky and catch a little bit of that movement. If we get a shot, it's going to be good and close. Most likely inside 10 yards. Let's sit back and see what happens, and maybe we'll get to bust another one. Shot one. He came up from behind me. I was not expecting that at all. And I shot him at about maybe 1 yard, maybe just over 1 yard, straight down behind my tree. And it acted like it broke him down. He went to crashing and all kind of stuff. He actually ran up. When the air hit him, he actually crashed into the tree that I'm up, because I felt the vibration from it. And he ran right over here. I don't know, he didn't run 25 yards, maybe 30 yards before I lost sight of him. And it ain't much further than that where he would get out of this branch, out into the pines. I really didn't hear much after that, so he may be dead right over there. I really don't know what to expect, but we'll see when we get down if we got any kind of blood. Alright, here he is. I would never have thought that deer would have come from behind me, and kind of surprised that I was able to hear him. It came a little bit of a shower this afternoon while we were in camp, right before I left. It probably didn't sprinkle 10 drops up there, but down here it must have rained pretty good bit, because the leaves, when I was coming down through that branch, it just wasn't hardly making any sound, which I was glad of that. And but surprisingly, I was able to hear this deer coming, and he, like I said, he came up from behind me, and the tree I was sitting on was feeding, and I believe he was coming to feed on that tree. But like I said, he was coming from behind me, and when I shot him, I probably could have waited, and he may have ended up coming out in front of me, but it was just way too much of a chance that he was going to smell where I had climbed the tree. Actually, his nose was probably within 2 feet of the tree when I shot him. And I absolutely drilled him just straight down in the top of the back, and it was at 1 yard where I shot him. and I felt him. I guess it was his hind end when I shot him. I felt the vibration of him hitting the tree I was up. And then there was another big oak tree right beside me, and he smashed all into that. There was blood all up on the side of it. But it went straight down in the top of his back. And I know it probably cut that, I think it's called the aortic artery. It runs right under the spine. It had to. I've seen that. I don't know, probably half a dozen blood trails over the years where that thing was cut, and it's just unbelievable. And this blood trail was the same way. But about the last place I heard him was where he was laying at. He didn't go. He might have went 35 yards altogether. That blood was just unbelievable. This is going to be bow kill number 166. And this is going to be traditional kill number 118. And this is number 62 for my Centaur. I ain't got too much of a walk to get out of here, so I'm kind of glad of it. This is a big bodied deer. And I'm going to break him down and get him in the bag, and we're going to get him on up there to camp. And I might have to run into town and get some ice. We're going to be back on them again in the morning, and maybe we'll have some video with the next one.